In recent years, it's Janet Jackson that makes the most news out of her famous family. The superstar and mother still performs all over the world, and despite controversy surrounding the Jackson family, the singer has held it together. This is what Janet's relationship is like with her family. Janet Jackson's career was significantly derailed during her 2004 Super Bowl performance with Justin Timberlake, thanks to a wardrobe malfunction that saw her left breast exposed.
The moment that happened, you immediately covered your breast because you didn't want to be exposed. If you'd wanted to be exposed, you wouldn't have covered it.
Exactly.
Indeed, while the former NSYNC star walked away scot-free, his co-performer was essentially blackballed by the music industry. And many, including Joe Jackson and Janet herself, believe that Mr. Sexyback threw her under the bus. Timberlake did eventually and belatedly apologize on his Instagram account in 2021 for failing to defend Jackson's honor, something which at least 3 of her siblings appreciated. Referring to the issue on Sirius XM show Radio Andy, Marlon, Tito, and Jackie appeared to take the ex-boy bander's display of remorse at face value. Marlon said,
"You know, it takes a man to step up and do that. So we do thank him for doing that. But we like to move forward."
Marlon went on to explain the old adage, as long as they're talking about you, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, you're still in the public's eye. But in typical big bro style, Jackie was also keen to remind listeners that Timberlake's previous actions had upset their little sis. In 2018, Joe Jackson died at 89 after a battle with pancreatic cancer. The man was described as one of the most monstrous fathers in pop. The patriarch had famously ruled with an iron fist while guiding his sons to superstardom. But how did his youngest daughter feel about her pop? 7 years earlier, Janet Jackson had opened up about their relationship during an interview on CNN's Piers Morgan Live. Jackson even talked about a time when her father hit her.
And I can't remember what it was that I did. I can't remember if I truly deserved it.
She also acknowledged that he was much stricter on the rest of her siblings and rarely showed affection to them. Despite all this, the singer still wishes she'd had a closer relationship with her dad, adding, "I know that he loves me, and he's told me before. He has his issues, his things, the way he was brought up. He's set in his ways, and I think he did the best that he could, and I think he did a wonderful job with us, the outcome. But the way he went about it, I don't know if I agree with that, but we turned out okay." In 2019, Janet revealed that she'd since said everything she needed to say to Joe before his death the year previously. Although Janet Jackson has kept relatively quiet about her famous family while being interviewed in recent years, she's certainly not averse to spreading the love on social media. The superstar regularly takes to Instagram to post throwback photos and videos of happy times with her clan. For example, in December 2020, she uploaded a snap of her toddler self sitting on the lap of her older brother Jermaine to celebrate his 65th birthday. She captioned the adorable pic, "Jermaine, I love you and miss you much. Sending you so much love today." The singer also posted a similarly heartwarming message to her mom Katherine a year later as she turned 91. Janet wrote, "Sending so much love to my beautiful mother today, 91 years strong." Janet Jackson is no stranger to collaborating with members of her family. Who can forget Scream, the 1995 duet with Michael that came packaged with one of the most expensive videos of all time? And 6 years previously, the pair and sister Rebby joined the Jacksons on a track from their self-titled album, 2300 Jackson Street. But it's been a while since Janet has shared the stage or the studio with a relative, a situation which brother Tito hopes to rectify soon. In 2019, the singer told ABC Audio that he and the rest of his bandmates were keen to join forces with the baby of their family. He said, "It's something that we are looking at, hopefully we can put it together. As a matter of fact, we had a plan of getting together with Michael after the O2 Arena shows, and we were hoping to put together a family project." In her revealing 2019 interview with the British newspaper The Times, Janet Jackson admitted that the memories of her childhood were still something of a mixed bag. The Black Cat vocalist recalled how she and brother Michael would often take on charitable work of their own accord, driving around their hometown as teens, handing out barbecue dinners to homeless people. But Janet also acknowledged that she'd been deprived of the kind of carefree childhood most of her peers experienced because of her famous family commitments.
I had my first birthday party when I was 23 years old. I'd never celebrate my birthday before then.
She also said, "You really miss out. You don't get to do all the fun things that kids do. I wanted to do gymnastics, but that couldn't happen because I was busy working." The poetic justice actress may have regularly missed out on making new pals, but she did at least have a large group of youngsters she could always rely on while growing up, her 8 brothers and sisters. She added, "They were my best friends." Janet Jackson might not always have enjoyed a harmonious relationship with her family, but as she told The Times in 2019, she's always been proud of what they've achieved. And the star is delighted that at least one of its members is still inspiring a new generation too. Referring to her late brother Michael, the "That's the Way Love Goes" singer remarked, "I love it when I see kids emulating him, when adults still listen to his music. It just lets you know the impact that my family has had on the world. I hope I'm not sounding arrogant in any way. I'm just stating what is. It's really all God's doing, and I'm just thankful for that." Janet was speaking ahead of her first ever performance at a festival that the King of Pop had never graced during his turbulent career, in Glastonbury. The star wowed the crowds with a well-choreographed, hit-packed set in which she gave a shout-out to her siblings. Janet Jackson always appeared to be closer to Michael than any of her other 7 siblings, and since the King of Pop's tragic death in 2009, his youngest sister has continued to pay her tributes on social media. In 2018, Janet commemorated what would have been Michael's 60th birthday by creating an homage to one of his most famous music videos. The multiple chart topper joined influencer Quay Rogers to make a 71-second reimagining of the 1991 promo for Remember the Time, which the latter uploaded on Instagram. On this occasion, it's Janet who takes the throne to preside over several dancers whose moves also appear to be inspired by her late brother. 2 years later, Janet once again took to the photo-sharing platform to post a birthday message to her screen collaborator. And having previously spent a considerable amount of time, money, and effort for his 60th, the star opted for something a little simpler for his 62nd. A quote, "I miss you big bro" Instagram message accompanied by a kiss emoji. In 2012, footage emerged of Janet Jackson appearing to slap a phone away from her niece Paris outside her family's California compound. The incident allegedly occurred as Janet and siblings Jermaine and Randy tried to force the youngster and her brothers Prince and Blanket into a nearby car, and it doesn't seem as though their relationship has recovered since. 6 years later, Paris was notably absent as her aunt collected the icon honor at the Billboard Music Awards in front of several other family members. After being bombarded with questions about her no-show, Michael Jackson's eldest took to Instagram to set the record straight. She said, "No one from my management reached out to me about attending the ceremony or about the award, and no one from my family did either. I had absolutely no idea until y'all spammed with hatred." Paris, who's since launched her own music career, also issued a demand to her detractors, which alluded to a rift within the Jackson clan. She said, "Dear social media followers, friends, stalkers, lovers, and haters, and fellow moonwalkers, please do not tell me, demand, or try to control how I handle my relationship with the people in my life, specifically my family. It is no one's business but ours." Just a few months later, Janet and Paris were said to be at war again over payment of their father/grandfather Joe Jackson's funeral. While many members of the Jackson family stood up for Michael both before and after the screening of Leaving Neverland, the HBO documentary in which 2 individuals alleged that they'd been sexually abused by the King of Pop's children, Janet Jackson refused to be drawn on the matter. But in an interview with CBS show This Morning, nephew Taj argued that his aunt's silence wasn't a sign that she believed the accusations. Taj told Gayle King that Janet feels the same way as the rest of the family about the damaging claims, that money is the motive. Taj said,
I think there's a fear as well to put more energy to it and more eyeballs to it. I think that's why my Aunt Janet hasn't said anything, because she doesn't want to make it any bigger.
Another of Taj's aunts, LaToya Jackson, has also kept quiet about the controversy, a stark contrast to the comments she'd previously made about her brother back in the 1990s. If you or someone you know may be the victim of child abuse, please contact the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline at 1-800-4A-CHILD, 1-800-422-4453, or contact their live chat services. Janet Jackson may have had a turbulent relationship with her father Joe, but judging by her 2019 interview with Australian magazine Stellar, she has nothing but admiration for her mother Katherine. While discussing the son she shares with her former husband, Wissam Almana, the singer revealed that she'd found it tough being a working single parent. However, she found comfort in the fact that her own mom managed to raise no fewer than 9 children almost entirely on her own. Janet added, "I don't have a nanny. I do it all myself. Of course, when I'm working, someone watches him, but it's my baby and me. It's not easy at times, but my life has changed. Obviously, my baby comes first." When asked whether she'd be comfortable with son Issa launching a showbiz career of his own in the future, Janet replied, "I don't think it's for everybody. You really have to be thick-skinned for this. You can really go in the wrong direction. There's so much temptation, all kinds of crazy things. You have to be fiercely grounded." Janet then remembered how she and her siblings would still have to carry out menial chores at the height of their young stardom in a bid to stay grounded. So after all the rumors about fallouts and feuds, is Janet Jackson still as close with the rest of her siblings as she was while growing up? Well, in her 2019 interview with Stellar, Janet claimed that she and the rest of the Jackson clan are still very much in contact. Unfortunately, their busy schedules mean that they now rarely get to hang out with each other as much as they'd like, as Janet explained. "We call each other and text a lot. We'll FaceTime. It bums me out my brothers will tell me, 'Are you going to be in London? We're coming there. We have some shows. We want to see you and the baby. It'll just be my luck that I'm leaving town to go to the States.'" However, the Nutty Professor 2 star revealed that this kind of scenario is nothing new. Janet said, "It's been like that all our lives. We just miss each other. Just recently they were in the UK, and I surprised them and showed up at their hotel, and we spent some good quality time together. That's important for a family." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite stars are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.